What's up guys, this is Miasin, and today I'll show you guys some Far King Snake Eye Azamina combos featuring the new support from Rage of the Abyss. The main thing that changed was the fact that obviously we have the Azamina cards, but that was a given, that was predictable. We also have Far King Courtier Volcanics now, which really adds a lot of depth to the deck. You can do some things that you couldn't really do before, and some cards that used to not really be too great, now they definitely are really good. Now, for example, if you go normal summon Snake Eye Ash effect and you get impermed, even if you just have Far King Island, you can go Island, destroy Snake Eye Ash, search Garunix, special summon Garunix, and then effect, this time you can actually destroy a monster that does something in the form of Volcanics, which then summons the other Garunix, and then you got 2 level 8 monsters on the field. You can do a bunch of cool things right here. So yeah, it's a really nice deck. It has a lot of resilience through hand traps, and it can beat the new Molchami Furaros. Anyways, before we go any further, you already know the drill. Smash the like and subscribe button. And if this video can get to 1,000 likes, I will be making a spreadsheet video on this deck, so you already know what to do. Anyways, combo number 1, I have Sinful Spell's Deception, and one monster, it can be any monster, and the other card is any card in the game. And the Sinful Spell's Deception could also be Wanted, or it could be Diabellstar the Black Witch, and the end board is going to be the exact same. The only difference between Witch and Deception or Wanted is that Witch does not draw you a card because you can't have access to Wanted. Alright, so activate your Deception and then tribute any monster, and then you're going to be searching the Hallowed Azamina, which can then send your Sinful Spell's Deception and summon your Mu Arcielago, which is going to be searching your deck for Wanted, and then activate Wanted, search Diabellstar, discard the other card, and you're going to be setting the original Sinful Spell Snake Eye, link off into IP Masquerena, Hallowed Azamina, recycle back by shuffling back the Mu Arcielago, and then activate it, sending the original from your field face down. Even if it's face down, it still works. Summon your Rhea Silvera, and from here on out, you do not lose to Nibiru because this is an Omni Negate. So yeah, we performed 4 summons so far, I believe. There we go. And we're going to be going original, shuffle back Diabellstar, and search your deck for Ponyx. Normal summon that, and then get your search for Sanctuary, and then activate, get your Island, and then Island effect, destroy the Ponyx, search the Garunix, of course, and then Garunix effect. We're not going to be destroying the Volcanics, but rather the Arvada, so even without Volcanics, this still works fine. Revive back the Ponyx, and then Wanted to draw 1, because we can't draw into the Bricks, Arvada, or Garunix. Princess, revive back the Arvada, and then make an Ambluale. And this doesn't look like that much, but it's actually a completely unbreakable board. So we've got Rhea Silvera, which can negate anything by tributing itself. So if your opponent goes like Dark Ruler or Evenly, whatever, you can negate that. And then we have the Arvada to negate a monster effect, and that is going to be destroying the Ambluale. When Ambluale dies, it will trigger the IP Masquerena and the Garunix. So the IP can link off into SP and then banish 2 cards. You get what I'm trying to say. And the Garunix can destroy the Kirin, which then revives back the Ponyx and then destroys another card on the field. And you're also going to be going Princess at one point and then destroy cards on your opponent's field, which could also trigger Ambluale's Graveyard effect to destroy another card on the field. So you can destroy 3 cards in total, I believe, and banish 2 cards and negate 2 cards. It is completely insane. Like, that's at the very least 7 interruptions off of 1 card and 2 discards, but you kind of make your money back with the Wanted. And also, during the end phase, the Sinful Spell's Deception comes back on your field face down, which also kind of gives you a little bit of a follow-up just because you're going to be able to go Sacred Azamina, activate, and then send your Sinful Spell's Deception, summon your Omni Negate again, so you never run out of fuel. Okay, so in this hand, I have Far King Consort Volcanics, as well as any fire monster. Doesn't have to be anything specific. So we're going to be going normal summon and then destroy your fire and then special summon the Ponyx. From here on out, if you're under Shifter, you have 2 level 1 monsters on the field. Well, Volcanics can become the level of whichever fire monster you decide to search. So if you just search Ponyx, then you could make a Kikinagashi Fucho, and then you don't die if your opponent has Shifter and he's playing Tenpai Dragon. So that's the reason why Volcanics can be pretty solid against Tenpai. But anyways, we're going to be going Ponyx, search the Sanctuary, and then activate that, get your search for the Far King Island, and then Island effect, destroy the Volcanics, search the Garunix, and then trigger 1, and then Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. Summon the both the Garunix, and then the good Garunix is going to destroy Arvada, which then revives back the Volcanics, and then link off into IP, and then go Princess, revive back the Arvada, and then link off into Ambluale. So that is the exact same end board. The only difference is that we don't have the Omni Negate, and we don't have the draw 1 from Wanted, and we also don't have Sinful Spell's Deception and that engine in rotation, but honestly, it's really not the end of the world. Alright, so in this hand, I have a lot of gas cards. I have Sinful Spell's Deception, Arvada, Volcanics, as well as 2 other cards, and I have to play around the 2 hand traps and try to make a really big board. So what I really recommend when you've got Arvada and something like Sinful Spell's Deception, which allows you to get your stuff going without having to take up your normal summon, you should preferably normal summon the Arvada to ensure that your plays go through and you don't lose too much to Ogre, because otherwise it's gonna hurt a lot. So now we can at least negate the Ogre, And even though our opponent has Ash, it's not going to be the end of the world. So now there's no reason for opponent to Ash the Volcanics. You might as well Ash whatever we summon off of the Hollowed Azamina. And we're going to be doing that just now. So summon the Amor Cielago to search the Wanted. That is going to be met by an Ash, which is completely fine. So link off for a Hita, and then Hita revive back the Ash. Go into Princess. Well, I mean, first of all, I guess recycle back the Hallowed Azamina, and then Princess revive back the Volcanics. And this is where it gets very interesting. So Volcanics effect, destroy the Arvada. Search the Ponix, Chainlink 1 Arvada, Chainlink 2 Ponix. So revive back the Garunix, and then Ponix search the Sanctuary into Island. And then we can go Island effect, destroy the Ponix. I'm a little too fast here, sorry. Destroy that, and then search the Garunix, there you go. And then Garunix effect, if you play Barong, this is where you can destroy it. And it's kind of nice, but you don't have to play it, because if you don't play Barong, you can also destroy like a Kirin, and then revive back the Arvada. And then you have Arvada IP with Amblo Whale. And that is, again, literally the exact same setup, but without the Omni Negate, which is still insane, because we got to play through 2 hand traps. If you were completely careless there, and you went like Sinful Spell's Deception, Tribute like Arvada, and then you get Ogred, and then you go Normal Summon Volcanics effect, and you get Ashed, you basically lose the duel. So that's the reason why sequencing really does matter, and you gotta capitalize off of every single card in your hand. So yeah, sometimes the most obvious play is also not the best. You gotta play this deck differently if you want to beat the hand traps. Anyways, that's it for the combos. Let's get into the deck profile now. Alrighty, so for my deck profile, this is how I personally would play Fire King Azamina if I were to enter like a YCS or something with the deck. So I really do believe that this deck is a very good strategy. It's good going first and second. It's just naturally good going second because the Fire King cards are so sticky. They're so annoying. They do so much on their own. I mean, not really on their own, but in tandem with each other. And then you also have your Snake Eye engine to apply proactive pressure. Anyways, for the hand traps, 3 Ash, which is a defensive and aggressive card, so you can also use it to protect yourself from Molchimi Faro, so this card is just a must. And it's a fire monster, so all the better. 3 Molchimi Faros, obviously, if you tried going first, it's just going to be your discard fodder for Witch or a Sinful Spell's Deception, so you don't have to worry too much about that. 3 Dominus Impulse, as well as 3 Imperm. So these cards can all be used under Shifter, which is really nice. And Impulse, you don't really lose too much to it because you're only playing Fire and Dark monsters, so it's not the end of the world. And finally, Imperm is just that card that you can also draw for turn, and it's always nice. These are the 12 hand traps that I recommend the most in this deck. So for the Snake Eye engine, we're going very minimalistic. So 1 Snake Eye Ash, 1 Populous, 1 Oak, 1 Flamberge, 1 Original, as well as 3 Bonfire, 3 Witch, 3 Wanted. There's no reason to play like a second Oak or a second Flamberge or Snake Eye Diabellstar with a Temple. I don't think this is the correct deck to do it. You really want to really keep it as clean as possible because you also have to dedicate a lot of other cards in your deck to the Fire King package. But anyways, Sanctuary Island, obviously, with 2 Volcanics, could also be 3 if you cut the Call by the Grave. This is like the other flexible card in the deck, as well as 1 Sinful Spell's Deception, 1 Hollowed Azamina, 1 Garunix, 1 Arvada, 1 Ponix, 1 of the other Garunix, and triple Kirin, because this is basically a cross out when you get Impermed on your Snake Eye Ash. It really is that insane. And also, I really recommend trying to keep this deck at a 40 card deck, just so that you always draw like your Ash or your Snake Eye Ash. I mean, both of your Ashes, as well as like Wanted and all those good cards. But you can also play like 45 maybe, just so that you can drown the bricks like Fire King High Avatar Garunix. This card is literally a Garnet, because the Volcanics only summons from the deck, not from the hand or deck. It's really annoying. Anyways, for the extra deck, access code, Raging Phoenix Zelantis, Amblo Whale, Princess Phoenix, Hita, SP, IP, Relinquished Anima, the Garunix Eternity, as well as either Kikinagashi Fucho or Lyrilusk Assembled Nightingale. Both, I think, are fine. And then I also play more Arcielago, Rhea Silvera. And the last card is very flexible. Could be Dark the Dark Charmer, could be Celine, could be Typhon, could be a bunch of things. It's really up to you to decide. Could even be Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf, honestly. Or it could also be like Hope Harbinger or like Galaxy Ice Photon Lord, because you can make rank 8s by overlaying both Garunixes, but I don't know if I really like it because I really want the Garunix to go into the grave. Otherwise, underneath as a material, it doesn't do too much. And for the side deck, 3 Nibiru, 3 Molchimi Aurelia, even though I don't actually think that this card is a must anymore because Fueros kind of replaced it. 3 Cosmic for the trap matchup, 1 Talent as well as 1 Scale Drain, there can be 1 3D Barrier. You can also do like triple Tactic Thrust with different Dimension Ground and all those beautiful cards. that are extremely annoying to play against. But yeah, that's it for my very quick and simple, I guess, Azamina Snake Eye Far King combo video and deck profile. You guys let me know how you feel about this deck in the comment section below. I really want to hear if you guys think that this deck is broken or copium. Personally, I think it's really good. I think it is in the top 5 best decks by a long shot, and if you know how to pilot the Far King cards correctly, you should be doing very well at your next event with this deck. But yeah, that's all I have. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.